Hello again. It is New Year's. Oh, 12:08. Happy New Year's, everybody. So here I am with another segment where I'm going to read a passage from Steve Sanchez's book, Spiritual Perversion, and do some commentary on it. Okay, so I'm going to start this passage. Let's see, this is from chapter 16 called Abuse. It kind of illustrates kind of what happened at the Spiritual Rights Foundation when Bill Doobie went on a tirade and would interfere basically with people's relationships and basically use a lot of mind games to control people. So, alrighty. So let's start. He, meaning Bill Doobie, was working on Reverend Harpreet and Reverend Debbie, as he had been a lot lately. They all looked tired and baggy-eyed. They had been up all night. Reverend Bill was red in the face, intense-looking, and he kept laughing. He'd been speaking for probably 14 hours straight, and he continued where he'd left off. "I know you're going to fuck it up, Harpreet. You think you can change America into India? That's your problem. You had her going for a while. She sat there in her Indian dress, a syrupy or whatever you call it, acting all spiritual. Ha 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 ha! You don't really know her. Harpreet, come on. Her and I got the same blood. Irish English. I know her better than anyone. I remind her of her father. She tells me everything. Don't you, Deb?" She said eagerly, "Yes." "She's a mountain climber like me, Harpreet. She wants to rise to the top and take over. She was into Teen Challenge and all that shit. She just wants to make sure she gets ahead of the rest of all of you. She fucked you and had a kid with you because she couldn't get to me. Because you are a co-founder and close to me, she thought she could get into the inner circle by marrying you. Ha! But she's stupid. She gives up her identity for an Indian male chauvinist like you. Pretty soon she probably was going to put a red dot on her forehead. Ha ha ha!" Deb went red with embarrassment. She was maneuvering frantically in her head to look good in everyone's eyes. She said, "I know, I felt if I were going to be his wife—" "Don't start, Deb," Reverend Bill interrupted. "We've already been over this. You are just going to dig yourself a deeper hole." Deb tried to talk, but burst into tears. She was embarrassed and infuriated, and there was nothing she could do about all the people sitting around seeing her image shattered. Harpreet said, in a low, measured tone, trying to assume authority, "Reverend Bill, I was treating her as good as I could. I love her. I just wanted to take her to my family to introduce her to my mother and father. This is the woman I love. I gave her my family dowry ring. I believe you are interfering with our relationship." Bill roared in mock horror. "Whoa! Did you hear that, folks?" He bulged his eyes and looked around. "I am interfering now, aren't I? I am the one that helped you get together. Talk about biting the hand that feeds you. Now you are blaming me? I am giving her here now testimony for your sake. She loves me, Harpreet, and I'm trying to help you be with her. Now is that being your brother's keeper or what, folks?" Several people said yes. "Your problem is she loves me. She wants to suck my dick, not your stinky dick. Who do you love, Deb?" "You." "Whose dick do you want to suck? Come on." Yours?" "There you go, Harpreet. Now, how you gonna change that, Harpreet? What can I do about it. I care about her, Harpreet. You care about yourself. You have to learn to give them love, give them light, to win the devotion of the woman like I have. I give them the light of love. Linda was the first one I gave the light to in here. You've seen how she follows me around like a puppy dog looking for more. Harpreet was infuriated and tired, but he stubbornly fought on. I am not going crazy. I love her and I have a right to be with her. We have 2 kids and I want to marry her. Reverend Bill stopped and said slowly for emphasis, Deb, do you want to marry this man? Debbie said, no. I've been trying to tell him I can't do this anymore. Harpreet said, you never said that. You said that you wanted to get married. Don't turn on me now. Harpreet stopped, and his head dropped. You could see his face turn red in spite of his dark Indian skin. The pain of loss, humiliation, and rage momentarily overwhelmed him. For a moment, he was in raw grief. Oh, very sad. So, that is just one of the many stories of abuse by Reverend Bill Doobie, and how he would get involved with people's relationships. He would actually put people together. Then he would tear them apart. He would separate them, even if they were married. Almost every relationship that I saw at the Academy for Sex Studies, the great Bill Doobie seemed to think it all wise to separate couples. But really, it was a source of control and keeping everyone on their toes and in control. It was like, if you do what I want, then I'll let you be together with your partner again. That was basically one of the ploys that tactics that he used. Another thing that was talked about in this passage was giving a woman the light. The light. Ooh, what does that mean? Is that like enlightenment or something? No, not really. He did this with a lot of cases. He would break down a woman by constant humiliation, talking bad about her in front of everyone for weeks and months on end. This is something that he did to me. And to other women as well, until you were so broken down and you felt so horrible and bad about yourself. You do anything to win his favor again, to stop the abuse. He made you feel like you were the scum of the earth, like you were no good inside, that you were all evil. Then, when he knew when you were so broken down, he would come to you, put you in trance. Okay? This is the creator of ISHI, right? Okay? So he would then put you in trance. And then he would say a bunch of mumbo jumbo, totally fuck with your mind. And then he would give you instructions. Basically, to love him, to devote your life to him. This was him giving you the light. Okay? Talk about spiritual abuse, right? So I think we'll stop for now. I probably went over the time. So I'll read some more another time. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them on the YouTube comments page, or you can visit one of my blogs. I would appreciate to hear what you have to think. And if you have any experiences like that, love to hear that. Okay? Thank you. Have a good night and Happy New Year. Bye-bye.